What beautiful hold music. All right, it is October 27th. This is Jury Duty Survivor. And we've got lots to talk about. Survivor 41, let's just get into her, okay? Let's go. Okay, I've got notes for days. Let's see where we start. Obviously, this whole thing starts with Ua down to 2. Okay, lots of drama between Shan and Ricard, right? Lots of stuff going on here. So Shan has the idol that is activated. Okay, so she's ready to go, ready to merge. However, lots of discourse over at Ua. Mainly because of this whole advantage thing. This is why I said I'm so done with this stupid extra vote. I can't wait to stop talking about it. I'm over it.
I can't believe how much it's blown up into.
I know.
I can't and I can because I don't know. So what do you guys think? Who's right and who's wrong? I think nobody. But go ahead. Yeah. You tell me what you think. Yay, nay. What's going on? There's not a yay, nay because there's so many different ways to feel about this. So, Gad.
Well, full disclosure, I got home very late from work today, and I missed like the first 6 minutes of this episode. So I'm basically useless for the first 6 minutes of this episode.
Okay, so. No. All right. So what happened in the first 6 minutes is that we saw the aftermath of what happened last week. We saw Ricard slightly put off to what Shan did last week with wanting the advantage back and not trusting him and this, that, and the other thing. And obviously Ricard not feeling too good about the fact that Shan has 2 advantages. And why do I need to give up something so that you feel good? I thought we were a team.
Right.
And in my opinion, nobody's wrong.
Right.
I didn't know how to feel about it, but when I was watching your guys from last week, once Kyle was really getting into why Ricard feels the way that he feels, I was like, oh, you know what? I have no idea where I land on this anymore. I hadn't really considered it until you started getting into why you don't know how you feel about it, and I was like, oh, forget what I was gonna say. I don't know where I land on this.
Well, what were you going to say before I said what I said? How did you feel about all this?
Because again, I wasn't really considering the fact that she now does have her vote back. Mm-hmm. So to me, it was well, no, then they're evenly matched, whatever. They both have their vote. I understand why she would want it back. But if she has her vote anyway, it just, everything that you were saying made more sense to me. Because I was very much Team Shan until you started going over the reasons why he's justified in being whatever he is about it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. No one's right. This is all the mess.
Right. No one's right because everyone's right.
Right. No one's wrong. Right. Yeah.
Everyone's right for their own reasons. And that's why this is so yucky. And that's why I'm sort of over it because I prefer a clear cut, left or right. I don't really know where to go.
Right. I don't like that I can't decide who's wrong.
Right. I don't like that. But I feel me as a viewer, I like to be omnipotent. And I like to know that I'm always siding with the right thing no matter what. Yeah. And this is throwing me for all the loops. So I don't know. I think Shan is right for asking for the advantage back. That was the original deal. And I understand why she was a little shooketh, to begin with. Mm-hmm. I understand why Ricard feels the way he feels. I still feel I lean a little bit more towards Shan because everything was hers to begin with. But I suppose that's not really fair.
Right. It's on the one hand, she did rightfully earn it. So yeah, it kind of should be hers. But on the other hand, she already has a power. He has nothing.
She does already have a power. And did she even rightfully earn the power she already has? So the idol that she has, Jeannie is the one who really found that. Right. So Shan is just the one who just decided to take the chance and open it. So do you really get to claim that as I don't know. I don't know. That wasn't rightfully yours, if we're going to go by the honor system.
I mean, you guys went through this all last week, but I do understand where Ricard's coming from. We're like, well, the conversation that you're having with me right now is exactly the conversation that you had with JD to swindle him into giving you this vote.
Yes.
So why should I?
That was originally Ricard's idea to begin with.
Right.
Sure. No, I fully understand why Ricard feels the way he feels. But like, if I was Shan, I know I would feel exactly the same way. And like, yeah, like what a tricky thing that we have to deal with here.
And I wonder if I would feel differently if I had seen this portion in the beginning of the episode tonight, because I do remember obviously seeing like the start of all this, you know, like between them in the last episode. But I personally kind of felt like I was siding more on like Ricard's end, because I get that like technically Shan gave him that advantage to like hold on to, but I felt like they've both been very vocal and like open and honest with each other about things. And like the way that she came at him to ask him for that back, I just felt like I sided more with him, but I might feel differently if I had seen that portion of the episode tonight. So,
I mean, it was just kind of more of the same. Like, it's not like any new information came out. It was just a continuation of the same argument they were already having.
Yeah, it was more just like, where do you stand on this whole thing?
Okay.
This isn't time.
Okay.
Shan or Ricard. And I can't say that I agree with either. This was day 12, maybe 11, but only because I wasn't paying attention at that point. 12 was just the next thing that I saw when we switched to Louvre, or whoever else we went to after that. So I assumed that it was day 12. And like, that is not even a full 2 weeks of knowing this person. So it almost makes me, but I want to say it makes me side more with Shan, but that doesn't not necessarily, because when I think of Ricard's situation in that situation, I don't know. I really don't know. It is tough.
I think it's scary. Yeah, Shan, if I was playing in this game, if I was Ricard and I had been in this game with Shan in her tribe, I'd be very scared of her, because she's made it, you know, she's made it now into the game a little bit, and like it's very clear that she always is someone that wants to be in control and feel like she has that security, and she always manages to find a way to get it, whether it's JD giving his advantage away, or Ricard giving back the advantage that he now had. Like, she always finds a way to like strong arm her way into that position that she wants.
Yep. No, she's very, very good at this game. And I feel like she's I've seen this on the socials before, but I feel like she's getting that winner's edit. I certainly feel like that's possible, but like, I guess we'll see. We'll see, because everyone has been getting some of the same allowances. I would say, but I guess we'll see. So that was the first 6 minutes that we discussed for 8. So after that, so we got this merge. Is it a merge? What's going on? I don't know. But Xander's got mad shit, and good for him.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got a lot of stuff going on for him, and we're super excited. Obviously, we got a twist going on. Okay. So we had to grab rocks, right? To separate these remaining 12 people into 2 teams, leaving 2 people out. Whoever grabs the gray rocks, we don't know what's going to happen to them until after the challenge, right? So, okay. So we had Eric and Nasir grabbing gray. Do you have any feelings about that? Kind of felt bad about Nasir. Really want him to do well.
Yeah. Man. I didn't want Nasir to get the gray rock. I wanted him to be on, like, I wanted to see him compete, but
I like
Erica,
Nasir.
Erica, I didn't mind that, like, Erica's fate was not in her own hands.
I don't care about Erica. I don't think anything about her. Positively or negatively, I have no thoughts.
That's a hot take.
Is it a hot take?
The socials are very Team Erica.
Really?
Oh, really?
I'm
There's
surprised.
no feeds, but the queen is here with the socials. So go
Listen,
ahead.
I
Go
can show
ahead.
it up on Twitter, okay?
Yeah, all right. Tell me about
Twitter
it.
is loving Erica.
Is that so? And based on what?
I mean, I'm not in the fan base enough to really know like the ins and outs. The ins and outs of it, but like they've been complaining that she's not in the edits enough. They're like wanting her to get all of the advantages. Like, I feel like every time that I log in, they're always like, all right, what's Erica gonna do this week? Like, they all really, really love her right now.
Yeah, I feel like the reason why she's not getting anything is because she's not doing anything. Right. She's not being edited into anything because she has nothing to say, and she's not affecting the game in any way.
When we get a little further into the episode, like, socials were blowing up tonight over, what ended up happening with her.
I'm honestly shocked because literally the most vivid memory of Erica I have in this game is when she was complaining to people that like Sydney gave up on making the fire too quickly or something. Like she got annoyed by that and wanted to vote her out. I can't remember anything else that Erica's done that's like.
I can't say what it is about her that people have really clung to. I don't know if they were like reading up on her a lot preseason. I'm not really. This is my first time watching Survivor, so I don't know what the fan base is like.
Yeah.
But I know that Twitter is very Team Erica.
All right.
I have absolutely no feelings towards Erica one way or the other. No. I'm only interested in her story because I feel like she should be next out. I mean, I guess like we'll see what goes on. So we've got new teams here. All right. Taking a page out of the challenge playbook. The team yellow, we've got Xander, Heather, Liana, Shan, and Miss Tiffany, Comp Beast. And then we've got team blue, Danny, Ricard, Deshaun, Evie, and Sydney. Right? I got that right. Everybody's checking their notes. Thank gosh. Condescending John says, good job on the notes.
Whoa.
I'm just saying,
Oh man.
Lots of love. So anyway.
Yikes.
So we had to dig up this boulder, right? And then push it through the trenches and whatever. Get these little keys. Get up there. I don't really know what happened with the keys. I was so busy writing notes. And then we had to do the word puzzle at the end. The only notes I have here is love Deshaun, going for it, Ricard's ass, OMG. And yellow working hard.
Yeah.
That's all I had. If you got any notes regarding the competition, say so now.
Honestly, I love the competition. I think we've talked about it before, but I love these games that they come up with. This boulder that you've got to dig out and roll, and then somebody has to stand on top of it and get this key. I thought it was awesome. I really liked watching this one.
It was really exciting to watch.
Yeah, I think the competitions on Survivor are way more fun than anything we see on Big Brother. With the exception of OTEV, I do really, really enjoy OTEV. But I think the challenge in Survivor absolutely wins on like the game front.
Yeah.
Well, competition front.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Game is different for everybody. I want to say the game. So blue wins. We're used to this. Luvu is blue. Nothing was new here. Let's see. What is this note that I wrote here? RPS?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Thank you. I was like, what is this? I remember writing it and I was like, Kyle, I hope you remember what this is. And I already didn't.
Spoiler alert, he didn't.
I didn't. Oh, so what I wrote here was, I bet it wasn't RPS, and they just said that to not piss off Erica.
That aged very well.
You got it.
So proud.
That aged great.
Dead on.
We're still waiting to see how the Shelby thing pans out. But for now, I'm doing great. All right. So, rock, paper, scissors. That's what Danny said was the reason why Erica was chosen to go to Exile Island and Nasir was not. However, I saw right through that. No way will you let Nasir go to some unknown place to do something crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, of course you want to keep Nasir safe. Do we think that was the right decision? Yay, nay.
Yay.
Yeah.
I say yay.
I say yay.
I mean, it's hard to know at this point, but I feel, given the information they had, yes.
Right.
Given the information given, this is it. Great.
I did think it was interesting that you had the blue team, right? Who was more than 50% of their team was Luvu, and they were left trying to decide between two of their former tribe members. Any other scenario with those gray rocks, they could have just been like, well, we're taking this person because they were in our tribe.
Right.
It's like somehow.
Well, somehow, but at the same time, like, of course that's what it was, because Luvu has not lost a person at all.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I mean,
they have the most players in there.
Yeah, statistically, it was going to be too,
Yeah, numbers-wise, if we learn nothing else from high school, we learned it should have been them. So there's that. What other notes do I have? Okay. So now we see the reunion of Shan and Liana.
Oh,
And we've got
yeah.
Shan blabbing Liana's business.
Yeah.
And Liana not about it.
Not
It's
having it.
so crazy to me because, like, and we've said so many times, Shan is such a strong player this season. Like, she's been doing such a great job, but every once in a while, she gets so messy. And this is one of those moments of, like, girl, use your brain a little bit. Like, why would you say this in front of other people?
Right. And it was just an uncomfortable thing, too, because, like, until Liana mentioned the fact that, like, oh, I'm not really sure that, like, I wanted people to know this, I was like, oh. Yeah, Shan said that. Like, I didn't even realize like that was a thing. Like, I absolutely would have made the same mistake Shan made.
Right.
Like, if I were her. Like, I sort of get it.
But it is funny though, because what's funny about it to me is because I remember we spoke about this at this point a few weeks ago now. But when JD got upset that Shan was mad at him for not telling her about his advantage, but she was talking about Brad's advantage, and then Shan like made the whole thing like, well, that's Brad's stuff. I'm not going to talk about Brad's stuff. Like, you chose not to talk about it. And now you have Shan talking about other people's advantages, like doing exactly what she said she didn't want to do in that previous situation. Yeah. So that just was funny to me. But I think you're so right, Gina. Like, I think Shan is such a strong player, and like I really like her. I really want to see her go far. But I do think that she does have these moments where I don't know if it's like she's playing too hard or just like she's overthinking, and like little messy little slip ups come out. Like I totally agree with that.
Listen, nobody can play a completely flawless game.
Oh,
okay. Our queen from BB23, Miss Mitchell. Okay, she had a couple of flaws.
Sure.
Like, let's not forget when she infamously flarned and told Hannah about the cookout that she was even acknowledging at that moment that she was not in.
Right.
I mean, like we've seen some flarns, and we didn't discredit the person. So fun to note, but we're watching Shan. We're watching. All right, some red flags for sure. So yeah, Shan blabbed. What do we think of Tiffany these days? We still liking her? What do we think?
I flip-flop on her every episode, I feel like.
I know, yeah.
See, yeah, because I do like Tiffany, but I thought she was being a little much tonight when she went right back to Liana. It was like, so what is this advantage? And blah, blah, blah. And I thought it was a little much, but at the same time, I was thinking of like when I was down on Tiffany in the past, and I don't know if this is any different than what she was doing in the past. Like, this might seem like it's kind of a, all over the place strategy that she's going, but at the end of the day, like maybe it works for her. I don't know.
I think it does work for her in the sense that like she's not she I think she's very well aware that she cannot play a like competitive like challenge based gameplay game, if that makes sense. Am I saying that right?
Like a physical game.
Yeah. I didn't want to use the word physical because I just felt like I don't know, had a different connotation to it. Like, I don't know. Some of these are puzzles. I don't know. I just want to be fair and inclusive. But
maybe she's good at puzzles. We don't know.
Right. We don't know because she sat out on all the puzzles thus far. So we don't know that. But it does seem like she has a really strong social game, and like feel like she's like leaning into that a lot. And like, so for what her game is, kind of think she did the right thing.
Yeah.
She needs to know everything that's going on because that is her game. Somebody like Xander, he already has a bunch of powers. He knows he can win things. A little bit different. Somebody like Tiffany, who can't win things, her winning advantage, if there is one, is going to just be information.
I do worry a little that she like shows her cards a little too much. Like she's like very, I don't want to say aggressive because that's not the word I'm looking for, but she is very like, I need to know everything right now. Tell me everything that you know. These are all the like things that I need to know. Like, and is very like in your face about trying to gather information.
Yes,
right.
Which like we saw it to Liana was a little off-putting. So I do worry about her in that sense, but so far it hasn't really been a nail in her coffin. So I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out once we get to the official merge and we're dealing with individual immunity as opposed to like this group situation where she's not protected by like, the successes of others. I'd be curious to see how strong her social game remains going forward.
Because truthfully, I don't know. We've seen that she's aligned with the women of Yasa. Like, they're very much like the three of them are together, and then Xander's kind of on the outs. But that's just because that's their team. Like, I don't know if she's still going to be aligned with those same people once they're not on the team together.
Right. Once teams are not a thing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair. And honestly, that's it. So the very last thing that because we didn't go to tribal tonight. We did not see an elimination. We didn't even really see like a proper immunity challenge. Or at least we don't think we did. We don't know what we saw because we don't know what Erica's going to choose. And that's what we need to get into next. So Jeff shows up at the Exile Island to go see Miss Erica and gives her an hourglass and tells her that if she smashes the hourglass, she gets to like undo the events of history. Yeah. And there's going to be a new immunity challenge. And if her side wins, the other side, like the side that did not pick Nasir, which would be Team Yellow.
Is that how that's working?
I think it just reverses the results.
I was under the impression that now the yellow team would have immunity from the previous challenge. The blue team would not, and now the blue team is playing for the individual immunity. Because you know how from winning that previous challenge, blue did not have to play for immunity at all. They were just automatically safe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you think it's going to be?
I think that now the other team
blue
is
team
automatically
is playing
safe
for individual immunity and not. Oh.
And that the other team is automatically safe from it no matter what. I think is how that works.
The yellow team plus, I guess that would, and then plus Erica would then be safe, and everyone else would be in danger, right?
Mm-hmm. That's how I understood it anyway.
Okay. Oh. Sorry. I was getting a text, and I thought maybe it could be somebody watching that was shedding some light on this, and it was not.
I love that.
So, never mind. Okay, so my understanding was I thought we were just going to do everything all over again. I far more enjoyed what you all said.
I'm pretty sure
that's what they were saying. I might be wrong, but
if I heard Jeff right, it sounded like he was like, "You can just change time, and whatever happened before, now the opposite.
There's no more.
The opposite is going to be the result."
I thought that meant that we were just going to do the immunity challenge again and figure out.
Well, there was always going to be an immunity challenge. It was just the people who didn't win the original challenge are now competing for individual immunity. So I think
that's not how I understood any of this. I understood it not the exact opposite. It's not the same. But what I thought was the teams were playing for their immunity, and then whoever got it was like fine, and then you were just voting on whoever was still left, like to be voted out.
No, there was going to be an individual immunity challenge afterwards, based on the people who lost that first challenge.
That is what was said. That is
It's so convoluted and complicated.
I know it's so convoluted. It's so complicated. I don't even understand what's going on. That's not what I thought was happening. I actually like better what you said. So good. So then, if that's the case, she has to smash it.
Right. I mean,
I don't know why we're playing these games if she's not going to do it. She's not going to do it. Of course, she's going to do it. I mean, like she has no choice.
Either way, she's in a weird position, but like I don't see any reason why she wouldn't want to protect herself.
Of course not, because then you're going to be out of proper. If it's the way that you all said, then she's going to automatically be safe if she does it.
Yeah.
Right.
So why wouldn't she?
I think the only thing that she said in the episode that seemed to be a holdup for her was that like all of the people pretty much, except for I think it was Heather, was on the yellow team in that competition, but everybody else from Luvu was on the blue team. So I feel like her kind of feeling is that the only people that I've like made any connections with or worked with are on this blue team. So do I want to smash this and make them all angry, But at the end of the day, if you smash it, you're going to make all the people on that yellow team very happy, and they're all going to want to work with you. So why?
And not to mention, like, again, she doesn't really know this, but she is on the bottom of the blue team anyway. Like, all of the people from Luvu aren't looking out for her regardless.
She's on the bottom of the blue team anyway. And honestly, like, fuck them. None of that matters anymore because everything has been reset. You're not on that team anymore.
Yeah.
And they didn't choose you. So
every single person this episode was name dropping her as the next person to go. So,
and even if she doesn't know that, what you do know is that they didn't choose you, and they thought so little of you to play with your life in this game with rock paper scissors. Even though we know as viewers that wasn't true, you know that's what they said. That they thought so little of you that's all you were worth.
Yeah.
Oh please, she has to do it. Get out of here. Of course,
I totally agree. I totally agree. I think she should. I think she will. But the only like little hint of any hesitation that I heard from her was that she would then be kind of, I guess, turning her back on the people that she has so far worked with.
And of course they do that to make us feel like there's some kind of a cliffhanger. There's no cliffhanger. Get the hell out of here. She's got to smash it. If she doesn't smash it, she deserves to go home, and then the podcast's canceled next week. Because there's literally no reason to even chat. Because like she deserved it. She had it coming. No, she really did though. She did. That's all I got. We didn't lose anyone. I don't know.
The only other thing that I wrote down, because it was a very big moment in the episode and it was a very big moment on social media, was what people are now referring to as the Cookout 2.0.
Oh yeah, Danny, Deshaun, Shan, and Leon.
I'm happy you brought that up because I had forgotten about that. That's exactly what it is. Cookout 2. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. We'll see how far it goes. I don't have as much faith in this as I did with the Cookout because, again, this is day 12. Like, by the time we would have seen this many people go home in Big Brother, we would have been a few weeks in. So, like, bonds would have been, like, established. Like, foundations would have been, like, founded.
Yeah. So, to be fair, I will counter with the Cookout was formed week 1. Technically, now that we're in a merge where it's individual games, this is kind of day 1. You know what I mean?
Yes, but to be at the stage that the Cookout was, with as many people eliminated versus this, where there hasn't been that buildup of trust.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
And fair counter. Sure. But I mean, who knows? I wouldn't be trusting it as much as if we're comparing apples to apples.
Yeah. I just feel like there's too much in this game in terms of idols and advantages, and there's no one like head of household that's saying this is the target this week. This is who I'm going. Like, it's just too much all over the place. That
it's all over. There's not a single soul in this game that should be feeling super good. No.
But I do really like this group of 4, and I hope that they do really well. So I like all of them.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun for sure. I like this group.
But yeah.
Honestly, that's all I got.
That's all I had to.
Yeah.
Everything happened and nothing happened. So it's like,
yeah.
Which is also just fine. It's fine.
Even like it's hard to speculate on what's coming in the tribal because technically we don't know what she's gonna do with the hourglass, even though we
if she doesn't smash this thing, I'll be so mad at this edit because then why do we do this? She has to smash it or else don't make it 2 weeks.
Right.
She better smash that thing, or I wish they had never even included that part of Jeff going to the island.
Fucking hell. I was going to smash it to smithereens. I don't want to see not one grain of stand no place. Okay? Smash it.
There's no reason for her not to.
None.
Yeah. She's gotta.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
I hope.
All right. So we're back next week. That's it. I guess we're talking Survivor next week. What did we decide? The 4th?
Did we decide?
We didn't.
We didn't really decide.
Asking live.
Pressure's on.
The pressure is so on.
I say we do it the 4th.
Sure.
All right. So we're coming back. We're chatting Survivor 41 next week, Thursday, November 4. What do you say? 9 p.m. We don't have to do this 9:15 silliness. We'll do 9 p.m. then. But before that, we'll see you at 9:30 on Monday because we're still talking the Challenge 37, and we're talking Big Brother Over the Top. I don't know, what is this, episode 4?
I think so. I think it's 4.
I think so. And we're having a lot of fun with that. So if you're not on board, get on board. Find Big Brother Over the Top on Paramount Plus. It's a real janky way to search for it. Okay.
It's really complicated to find.
It's so complicated. It's so ridiculous, but it is there. So here's what I suggest. Make sure you're signed into Paramount Plus on your computer. Google it. Google Big Brother Over the Top. You'll find it under the watch options. Add it to your list, and then go to your TV and find it there. You're welcome. I saved you.
It's so true. It's so true.
That's the only way to do it. I can't figure out any other way to do it because even if you search Big Brother Over the Top, you get nothing. I promise it's there. We should actually say this on a Monday night so that people can follow along. Anyway.
The people who are watching.
We'll post it on the socials to help you guys out. A point-by-point like playlist here on how you can find it. But until then, we'll see you Monday at 9:30 or next Thursday at 9:15. Okay. Like, subscribe, share with a friend. This has been Jury Duty. Thanks so much for joining us. That's all we have to say. Goodbye.